Hey, Kristen with Bolstered here to give you an overview of what to expect from the Bolstered Body Happy Spine series. So, the goal of this practice, the intention of this practice series is to support your posture so that you can be more comfortable throughout the day and ultimately support your nervous system so that you can be your happiest, healthiest self. And so, what we'll be doing is working on strengthening the deep stabilizers of the spine and also releasing the more superficial muscles and kind of training them on when they should be working because oftentimes these muscles, which are responsible for our bigger movements, how we move our body through space, are taking on the job and responsibility of the deep stabilizers. And because they do that, our deep stabilizers get a little bit dormant and tired and don't necessarily help us out so much. So the flow of each class, in order to do that, will first be breath, supporting the nervous system. And then we'll do some release with either myofascial release or some yin static stretches. We'll start to find our range of motion of those joints that we're working um, with some gentle, slow movements, increasing body awareness. And then we'll focus on strengthening the deep stabilizers and adding a little bit more challenge throughout the practice with some more of those common yoga asana postures. And at the end, we'll just put a nice little bow on it so that you can feel nice and balanced and relaxed at the end of class. And so, one thing I want to mention is that repetition is key. So, we're working with muscles and the connective tissues. Muscles take about 5 to 8 weeks to develop. And so, as we start to build these deep stabilizers, it's going to take a little time. We're also working with the connective tissue, which takes longer to start to change. Usually, science is showing it can take anywhere from 6 months to a year with repetition. So, this will be a journey. And again, if you can practice 3 times a week or more, that's going to be helping you make those changes quicker. Um, and I recommend revisiting these specific practices. So that's why you have access to the series for a year, but also taking your learning, those alignment cues that we'll go over into any other sort of activity. So I'm thinking about some of this stuff while I'm on my walk with my dog. I also take it into other yoga asana practices. So whatever activities that you do in your day, you can start to incorporate this to help, you know, um, create that brain body connection with the posture that is going to be more serving for you as you move through your life. Um, there are also other bonus classes that I'm offering. So there's going to be yin yoga, restorative, might do another myofascial release. You'll have access to the myofascial release workshop for the whole spine. So definitely take advantage of those, especially as we move through. You might notice change sometimes makes things harder before it makes things better. So if you're noticing a little more tension, a little more tightness, maybe some fatigue, that's going to be to be expected. We're creating some really positive change. But when you start to feel that, that's what these extra classes are for, to really help you get a little bit more immediate relief, immediate results, especially if you're feeling tender. So take advantage of those. There will also be another set of bonus classes that are going to be a lot shorter, and it's going to be focused on segmental mobility. Of each segment of the spine, we're going to be looking at a more controlled movement to enhance body awareness, to strengthen those deep stabilizers. And those are going to be really helpful. So definitely revisit those a few times. And then the last thing that I would like to mention is that if you are working with any injury, maybe you have a herniated disc, Maybe you've had surgery on your spine. If you're working with scoliosis or some sort of asymmetry in your pelvis, these classes are going to be safe for you. And I'd still love to be in touch with you directly because I can give you a little bit more insight to make sure that you're feeling really good and comfortable throughout the practice. So please do reach out to me if you have any concern or any situation like that. And with any other question that you might have or feedback, I'd love to hear from you. So um, ultimately, I just really hope that you get a lot of benefit and you enjoy the practices, and I will see you in the practice.